my colleagues of the Hindi channels who've come from Delhi. This press conference obviously will be in English. No, I don't think there's any need.
Ask Mansoor sir, should it be translated into Kannada?
No, I think let us send the...
We'll circulate.
Okay, that's so essentially there are 4 or 5 things which we would like to share with you today. The assembly elections are scheduled for the 10th of May. This is not an election about any one individual. This is an election which is about the future of the 7 crore people of Karnataka. It is about the future of their children, the future of the state, and the future of the country. The reason why I'm saying this is that on the 10th of May, when every voter of is he or was he happy and satisfied with the performance of the BJP government in Karnataka? That is the only one question which every voter of Karnataka must ask themselves before going to exercise their franchise on the 10th of May, that were they happy with the performance of the BJP government in Karnataka? The answer to that question will show them the right path. The reason why I say this is because if you look at the track record of the BJP across 9.5 years, across different state and parliament elections, the BJP has never contested a single election in this country anywhere on the strength of their track record or performance. I say this with the fullest sense of responsibility that the Bharatiya Janata Party has never contested a single election anywhere in the country on the strength of their track record and performance of governance. And that is why there is always a concerted and deliberate attempt to bring in extraneous issues into the campaign. Issues that have very little relevance to the everyday lives of people. Therefore, the people of Karnataka must distinguish between the noise which the BJP creates, and the real issues on the ground. Issues which concern their future. And let me flag 4 or 5 of those issues which I think are the fundamental issues with regard to the future of Karnataka. The first and foremost issue in this country, and this is not only in Karnataka, it is across the country, that in the past 9.5 years, the BJP government has broken the back of the common man. Inflation has completely and absolutely ruined household budgets. And let me give you just a few figures. You see, when we left government in 2014, a gas cylinder was at 410 rupees. Today it is at 1107 rupees. Petrol was at 71 rupees at a point in time when crude oil was at an all-time high, especially between 2008 and 14. Despite crude oil prices being historically low for the better part of the BJP's tenure, petrol today is selling at 101 rupees a litre. 27 lakh crores or more, and I'm giving figures from my inflation speech in the last monsoon session. 27 lakh crores had been collected by then. I'm talking about the July of 2021 as excise duty and tax on petrol and petroleum products by the BJP government. Diesel is at 90 rupees. It was 57 when we left office. Tur dal was 65, it is at 150. Jawar is at 36, it was 17, and I can go on and on. The point I'm trying to make is that in the past 8.5 years, inequality in this country as a result of the economic policies of the BJP government has grown so exponentially that while people find it difficult to make two ends meet, cronies of the BJP government have amassed such fortunes and have almost cornered every infrastructure resource in this country that it almost looks as if there is an oligarchy in place in this country. The second issue that I would like to flag is with regard to unemployment. Karnataka has 25 lakh people who are unemployed. Out of the 7 crore odd people who reside in Karnataka, 2.1 crore people are in the age group between 15 to 29 years. So therefore, when you talk about the future of Karnataka, how is the future of Karnataka going to be created without jobs getting created, without employment getting created? The third issue which I would like to flag is that when we were growing up, and I come from the northern part of the country, we grew up hearing that Bengaluru is the IT capital of India. Today, can this be said with certainty that Bengaluru still remains the IT capital of India? And this has happened because of the wrong policies of this government, the BJP government, both at the center and the state. One of the beneficiaries of that has been my parliamentary constituency. We have a suburb of Chandigarh called Mohali, which is becoming a huge IT dynamo. A large number of companies which were earlier in Bengaluru are relocating there, they're going to Hyderabad. But I am not happy. While I would want my parliamentary constituency to grow, I would also want that Bengaluru, which pioneered the IT revolution in this country, continues to retain its preeminent position. And therefore, to do that, a proper policy architecture is required and not a 40% commission government. The fourth issue that I would like to flag is BJP had promised a loan waiver to the farmers. They had promised equitable MSP. What happened to the loan waiver promise? You are talking about building a glorious Karnataka. What about the promise that you made to the crores and crores of farmers of the state? That given a chance, you would actually alleviate their loan burden. I would like to ask the BJP, what happened to that promise? What happened to the promise of an MSP? In North India, we had such a big farmers' agitation. That agitation was withdrawn after the Prime Minister promised that there would be a legal guarantee for MSP. Nothing has happened for the past 2 years. So fundamentally, it seems that the BJP is anti-farmer. Finally, they talk about a double-engine government. That you should give us a chance because there will be a double-engine government. Now, what has that double engine done for Karnataka? A BJP constituted finance commission reduced the share of Karnataka in the central pool of taxes from 4.72% to 3.64%. For every rupee that Karnataka contributes to the exchequer, to the central exchequer, it only gets 15 paisa back. So where is that double engine growth? Is growth going to happen in the air? Growth is not going to happen without resources. So the point that we are trying to make, I'm sorry, I have a bad throat, that, thanks, that if you want growth, development, peace, progress, prosperity, social harmony. Because without social harmony, there can never be peace, progress and development. Then on the 10th of May, it is imperative that the people of Karnataka must vote the Congress back to power. My appeal to all the voters of Karnataka is that this is not a vote for the Congress alone. You will be voting with your feet for your own future if you vote Congress on the 10th of May 2023 in the Karnataka Assembly elections. The floor is all yours. Could you please identify yourself so that I also know who I am answering to? हाँ जी बताइए.
एक साल पहले जब इन्हीं मुद्दों को लेकर महंगाई, भ्रष्टाचार, बेरोजगार को कांग्रेस ने कैंपेन शुरू किया. भारत जोड़ो यात्रा से भी मोमेंटम आया, थोड़ा माहौल बना. अब लग रहा है कि आखिरी मिनट में जब इलेक्शन होने जा रहा है, कहीं न कहीं वो मोमेंटम जो बिल्डअप हुआ था, वो कहीं न कहीं लूज लगेगा.
देखिए, मोमेंटम राजनीतिक दलों में नहीं होता, मोमेंटम लोगों में होता है. और जहां तक मेरी जानकारी है, मेरे को भी एक राजनीतिक कार्यकर्ता के रूप में अब 40 वर्ष हो गए हैं कि कर्नाटक का जो लबो-लबाब है, उसका जो रुझान है, वो कांग्रेस के साथ है. और आप 10 मई को देखेंगे या 13 मई को देखेंगे, जब गिनती होगी तो कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस की सरकार बनेगी. और मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूं कि जब चुनाव नजदीक आता है तो आखिरी दिनों में बहुत शोर होता है. there's a lot of noise. और उससे कभी कभी बहुत सुलझे हुए और बहुत कर्मठ विश्लेषणकर्ता और पत्रकार भी भटक जाते हैं। लोग अपना फैसला बहुत पहले कर लेते हैं।
So what is your response to
One, can we take it from him?
Nagarjun from India Today. The Chief Minister of Karnataka this morning has commented that the Congress is under the control of SDPI and hence their manifesto speaks of banning Hindu organizations and directly attacked the Congress that you are under appeasement politics.
All I would want to tell the Chief Minister of Karnataka, you are the incumbent Chief Minister. Why are you not fighting this election on your track record, on your performance? If I was the incumbent Chief Minister of a state, I would go and tell the people that this is what I have done in the past 2 years. I would not try and raise ghosts in the air and slay it. So the fact that they are trying to divert, digress, obfuscate, confuse, betrays their nervousness. The BJP is losing this election, and that is why it is not prepared to fight on the strength of their track record, on the strength of their performance. One second. Could you identify yourself, please?
my name is Madhusur, I'm from ANI.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your response to the organizations including BJP, BHP and Bajrang Dal, which are performing Hanuman Chalisa today and chanting Hanuman Chalisa, protesting against your manifesto? What do you want to say to that?
देखिए, हम तो हनुमान चालीसा का पाठ दिन में 2 बार सुनते हैं। ये तो आज करने जा रहे हैं। अरे भाई, हमारी जो आस्था है, जिस भी धर्म का हम पालना करते हैं, वो आस्था कोई राजनीतिक नहीं है, वो दिल से आती है। तो इसलिए हम तो हनुमान चालीसा का पाठ दिन में 2 बार ही सुनते हैं। ये तो आज करने जा रहे हैं और राजनीतिक कारणों से करने जा रहे हैं। Do you want me to repeat that in English?
Yes, sir.
What I would like to tell our friends in the BJP is that we listen to Hanuman Chalisa twice a day. Because our reverence is not political. Our reverence is spiritual. We do not use religion for political purposes. We use religion in order to spiritually and morally uplift ourselves. So therefore, I would like to appeal to them, fight this election on the issues of the people. Fight this election on development. Fight this election on governance. Don't try and fight this election on issues which they are also aware are completely extraneous to the whole electoral process. Yes, ma'am.
Senior Congress leader.
Could you please identify yourself?
Neha from Mirror Now.
Mhm.
Senior Congress leader Veerappa Moily has come forward after the whole uproar on the Congress proposing to take action against the Bajrang Dal, including a ban. He's come forward and said that there was never a proposal for a ban in the first place. So this is contrary to what is stated in your manifesto.
Well, I just spent half an hour trying to explain that this election is about bread and butter issues. It is about development. It is about the future of Karnataka. It is about progress. And if I have to answer the same question in different forms, then I think possibly I have not learnt the art of communication. However, let me explain it to you. The Constitution of India has a 7th schedule. The 7th schedule has a second list. entry 1 and entry 2 of that list deal with law and order and police. So therefore, it is the responsibility of the state government in order to maintain public order, peace and tranquility. So therefore, what is stated in the Congress manifesto has to be read in that larger context.
Sir, any
But
such,
this
any
is
such,
contradictory, sir.
I have answered your question in totality. There's nothing further I have to add to it.
Manish sir, any such proposals can only be done by the state government, that is only proposal by the state government. Any such action can government take, that can only taken by the central government. If you propose it, do you think just BJP is making it a whole country issue at this point of time for some other reason?
I have already explained what this election in Karnataka is about. I have explained the constitutional position in detail. I have also explained the context of that particular paragraph in the Congress manifesto. I have nothing further to add or subtract to it. Is there any other questions?
Sir, I have one more to ask, sir. Sir, what do you want to say about the 8 sailors languishing in sanitary confinement in Qatar?
Well, given that Karnataka is a coastal state, it is a very, very important question. You see, 8 former officers of the Indian Navy have now been languishing in solitary confinement in a Qatari jail for 8 months. This government, which prides itself of muscular diplomacy, prides itself that it has turned India into an emerging great power, I would like to ask them, I would like to ask the Prime Minister, I would like to ask the Foreign Minister, why are you not able to get our 8 naval officers released? Till now, after 8 months in solitary confinement, no charges have also been brought against them. Indian citizens are being treated in such a shabby manner, and this government is silent. Because Karnataka is a coastal state, I think it is very important for the BJP to answer this question. Why are they, even after 8 months, not able to get those senior officers of the Indian Navy freed?
सर, तो मेरा रिलीफ होने जा रहा है। टाइमिंग जो है वो 5 मई रखा गया है। क्या उसको देखते कर्नाटका इलेक्शन में उसका implication?
Boss, I ceased to be Information and Broadcasting Minister in 2014. So therefore, this is not a question this is not something which I follow very closely. I'm sorry, I will not be able to help you. If there are any other questions with regard to Karnataka or the election, I'm ready to answer it, or otherwise I'll hand it over to Dr. Ambedkar.
Sir, the Association of Democratic Reforms, which is an organization, has done a survey, and this concerns all the parties, not just the Congress, that suggests that the number of candidates with criminal backgrounds have shot up considerably from 2018 to 2023. They've pegged the figures at almost about twice as much. So how are you responding to this? This doesn't concern only the Congress, it's across parties.
This is an issue which requires a much larger answer. I can give you a 2-hour answer on that. So therefore, let's discuss this after the election, because I don't think a piecemeal 30-second response would actually do justification to a very profound question that you asked.
Sir, I have one more to ask. Sir, what is your response that the whole Congress looks like putting all its strength in Karnataka, including Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Ji and Sonia Gandhi? It seems that all of you are coming here. Do you think the whole strength of the Congress is need to be put here to get one stage passed, or you are giving a message from here?
I was a little amused by that question. I was wondering whether the Indian media, and we are talking on a day when India has slipped in the freedom of press rankings, would have the courage to ask the same question to the BJP. What is the Prime Minister doing here? What is the Home Minister doing here? What are all their other ministers doing here? They're supposed to run the government of India. What are they doing in Karnataka? I mean, after all, the country has given them a job to run this country. The Prime Minister is going to be doing a 9-hour road show in Bengaluru on the 6th of May, and you are asking me why is the Congress concentrating in Karnataka? I mean, you see, I was laughing to myself in the morning. There was a time when the state used to oppress the media. Unfortunately, in the past couple of years, the media has got into the habit of oppressing itself.
So it was your responsibility to respond, sir. It is my responsibility.
Okay, anyway, I've answered the question in full. Okay.
न्यूज नेशन से जुड़ी मेरा सवाल सर ये है कि दिल्ली में पहलवान प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, पुलिस ने उनके साथ धक्का मुक्की की है। कर्नाटक विधानसभा में कितना बड़ा असर देखते हैं, क्योंकि पहलवान प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, उनकी बात नहीं मानी जा रही है। किस तरीके से कर्नाटक विधानसभा चुनाव में देखते हैं इसका असर?
देखिए, मैं बहुत विनम्रता से ये बात कहना चाहता हूँ कि हम सब लोग बजरंग बली जी की याचना करते हैं, उनकी पूजा करते हैं। वो बजरंग पूनिया की बात भी तो सुन ले सरकार। बजरंग पूनिया की बात क्यों नहीं सुन रही? उनके ऊपर इतना अत्याचार क्यों किया जा रहा है? जो कल रात दिल्ली में हुआ वो अत्यंत ही दुखद है, निंदनीय है, और जितनी उसकी भर्त्सना की जाए उतनी कम है। वो पहलवान जो भारत के लिए मेडल जीत के लाते हैं, वो उनके आंखों में आंसू। महिला पहलवान ये कह रही हैं कि हमारे साथ अभद्र सलूक किया गया, गालियां दी गई। आप उनकी बात सुनते क्यों नहीं है? भाई, आप उन लोगों से इतना क्यों डरते हैं जो लोग भारत के लिए पदक जीत के आते हैं? प्रधानमंत्री जी को उनको बुलाना चाहिए था चाय पे, उनकी बात सुननी चाहिए थी। ये देश के लिए शर्मनाक बात है कि अगर हमारे खिलाड़ियों को जो वो समझते हैं कि उनके जायज हक या जायज शिकायत है, उसके लिए भी इतने दिन जंतर मंतर में बैठना पड़े। May I hand it over to Mr. Ambedkar, please? Sorry,
I am Mr. Ambedkar.